and getting gear with a car loan from ACB. Drive away with a loan that fits you. Get up to 100% financing and 10 years to repay on a new or used car. Plus, get a pre-approved credit card. So rev up and get in gear with the Simply Smarter car loan. Call or visit us or go to acbonline.com for more.
ACB Caribbean, simply smarter banking.
Happy Saturday. Welcome to Sports Mandela. As usual, we start with a quote. Mistakes catches the attention, but forgiveness catches the heart. Morning, Taddy, what's up?
Morning, Earl, man. Pretty good. It's pretty goodish, man. Boy, eat some conks water last weekend. I'm not much eating some days. I put some pain in my ankle. So, hey, I know we're back.
Oh, okay.
That's all I can say with that, you know.
I thought it wasn't my diet again, so that's why I started holding my breath.
No. Well, boy, that's 2 hours. So, you know, hey, what can we do? But
Right.
we're looking forward to the show today. I see one of my friends here that say he banged my helmet. He expects some bouncers, you know. But I never bought. I used to keep.
Right.
I don't know who the bought. Who bought them bouncers, you know.
Say no more.
So I don't introduce our guests here, you know.
Yeah, man, looking forward to have one show, as I said. I have my good buddy, Mr. Demon Anthony. Steve, why Demon Anthony? How are you doing, man?
I'm here. Blessed morning to the guys and to the viewers. Pleasure to be here with two icons.
But I would intervene quickly now.
Go ahead,
After
Teddy.
you disappoint Demon. So when they play, they never use helmet. So I wouldn't have the helmet to lend him.
Right.
Unfortunately, when they play, they have no helmet around. You have to have good skill and technique and all that.
That's true.
Well, I guess I asked the wrong person. That's the man.
So tell me something, Demon. You know, I know, well, everybody should know by now, you know, but who don't know, you can tell the audience, you know, how you get involved in football and stuff like that.
Well, that go way, way, way back. You know, you don't have anything to do. You go in the park, and them bigger guys, Dulce, Duga Matthew,
Right.
and them guys, because I mean, originally from photo, then go.
Wait, Demon. Where you Duga play?
Well, no.
Well,
In terms of
Duga.
watching them guys, you know what I mean, at the sideline,
Fort Wood?
red line, yeah.
Wait. I play with Duga with Straffy Gamblers now.
All right. So I'm at the bread line,
Oh, wow.
and you know, at them time you could not, as small as it be, you could not go on the field with them guys. So most naturally, the bread line, and you know how you control the ball determine who you're going to be down the road.
True.
And unfortunately, you know what I mean, them guys see me as, you know what I mean, someone that can, you know what I mean, control the ball properly, kick the ball properly, so I'm one of the favorite.
I must tell you that the boy Douglas cause traffic gamblers not to go to Premier League, you know. They play the match against Police. It says, oh, 1 point to go Premier League. 0-0. And Douglas tell me pass the ball to me, nice free kick. He lowered the goalkeeper. And Douglas blast, knock the goal, he
You
go
kick
straight
so hard.
down. Someone said, but you go up. I said, boy, you know how long you want to kill on swine, man? See, he won't score the goal again. You want to kill the swine, man. Sheffield, I will lose the game. Next game, attack is murder away.
Well, you know, Doga have that in terms of the power kicking.
Yeah, man.
He in the business with the placement and then something. You know what I mean? So you tap the bullet, then you can do what you do good.
You know, you can control about deadly, you know.
Very much, very much. See any brother?
The ghost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then leave from Fort Wood, go to Grace Farm, you know, Shipwreck Lead, and then from there, this is who you have in front of you now.
Wait, it is no good demon.
Something like that.
But straight enough, you say something about breadline, you know. 'Cause remember a couple shows ago we had a show. I think a couple guys were talking and they talking how breadline was so important.
Yeah.
That when they hold the ball and the breadline and stuff, that's where a lot of people stop. You saw that happen. This happening now in football these days.
At this present moment, if you tell somebody to go out behind the line right now, that's a problem. You know, that's why we have so many different teams now,
Right.
because you don't want to work for it,
Right.
right? And you go, you're not getting any play, you're gonna build a team.
True.
So this breadline, to me, build a lot of us, because again, if you kind of control the ball properly, you know what I mean, our next man gonna get it.
True.
You know what I mean? So if you wanted to kick it back out, same thing, you have to control it properly to put it back out.
Right.
The same thing down at Photo, the same thing I get it from down Grace Farm.
Right.
Where big up to this Rastaman Ganto Nisbet.
Right.
He's he's one of the man that, you know what I mean, tell me, look, you need to come and practice, because seeing you again at the back of the line, at the back of the goal,
Right.
you need to be out here.
Right.
You know what I mean? And from there, you know what I mean, I guess the record, you know what I mean?
So when I went to go on the field, come forward and be on the field with Cantona, so how you felt?
Well, you know, you're looking, some guys know that you're looking forward to all the time.
Right.
I know, rubbing shoulders with them, you know, you're a little small, but, you know what I mean, you have to take it from little and then come up.
Right.
But playing with them guys, you know what I mean, it's an honor to play with them guys, you know what I mean, seeing them guys used to carry Ganton boots.
Right.
Yeah,
Okay.
park.
Right.
Ganton is one of my icon.
Right,
You know what I
right.
mean, the guy that, you know what I mean, like, sometimes the old lady send me out, and when we reach home, I'm not going to get on bad, but yet still, you know what I mean,
You know, I miss.
I go on a recreation ground with Ganton boots.
Right.
When we reach home, now, whatever she send me to buy, she wait for it and can't find me. You know what I mean? So that I'm bad.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Makes it
But-
about the block.
about the look. You know what I mean? But I just that, you know, me just have to just bite it in and take it.
You don't make a
Me
mind.
don't accomplish what me want to accomplish. So, just have, you know what I mean, face the consequence.
So when you're breaking the Empire side and stuff like that, and back then the Empire side would just be forced to reckon with it and stuff like that. How difficult it was for you to break in the Empire side?
Well, very, very, because at that time, you know what I mean, the names, the players, you know, it's very difficult. I can remember we played this game against Parma at Yasko, and I think we got 6. I think
Oh,
we
no,
got 6.
Yasko, Grammar School, top
Yasko.
field.
I think we
Grammar
got
School,
6.
top field. Which one?
Yeah.
Well, Grammar School top field.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Well, at my time it's Yasko.
Yeah.
And I think it's about 4-0, and Michael decided to bring me in for Byers.
Right.
Byers?
Yeah, Peter.
No, not Peter. Ganton used to have Byers. I don't remember his title.
That'd be a police officer or something?
Right.
Okay, I know.
Right?
Yeah.
And they bring me in from that game. That's it.
Okay, never look back.
I never, you know what I mean? I never look back.
Right.
I get, I don't know, a little call up with Elvis.
Robert.
Yeah, Elvis. The names of them.
Yeah.
I couldn't
Nando,
forget that.
Nando and so.
At Police Ground. And
Let's say Carlo, a national team.
well, it's a national team, and they call me up there.
Training.
You know what I mean, training.
Yeah.
And when I went, that's the first time I ever see the job shop. And when we finished training, them guys give me all the boots to them. So me there.
Which all the boots you
All
do?
the boots. Me have a cleaner.
Because you're young, you're the young man. You're the young boy.
You know what I mean? That's the
So you have a
first-
cleaner all the
All the
boots?
boots. That's the first time I ever go up there. And,
That's the kind of good initiation.
well, you know, my side that is something that when you boss, That you damage or whatsoever.
That's why they broke in.
Yeah. So we have the clean boots, clean arcing boots that time, the six stud, you know what I mean, a big thing, and the Adidas, some big thing. So that is the first time I ever see, you know what I mean, man walk around naked.
Right.
You know what I mean, and the job shop. So after that, after I done change, me go, man, and me try and find a job shop, man, but me just can't find a job shop. Cause you most not, you know what I mean, you want to play big man.
Right.
So, I buy one.
No, me go and find one.
Right.
You know, the stores them, but one me can't find a size for fit me.
Right.
Because, you know what I mean, so me I now get one big one.
Right.
And take my time and sew you up. You know what I mean? And me in my back in my job shop. Sometimes I play, when I sew you up properly, so you know what I mean? Every little bit you pull up, you know what I mean? So me want to play big man like that.
You want to play big man like that,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, you want to feel like you arrive.
Again, you know what I mean? After seeing that, and now, the other day I went and played some football with Villa.
Right.
And you know what I mean?
Wait. This is football.
No, yeah, about 4 years ago.
Right.
When Villa come up to Premier, I was playing.
Yeah.
And, yeah. Anyway, me going to the dressing room and me not go now, he left for me brief.
Right.
No, it's hard.
Right.
So, me had 3 brief. 3 tight brief.
Right.
Because them me use as
The
job shop. So, me go in and, you know me, all out in the dressing room, me put on my clothes. The man, do my wait. Where you going to some the boy? Man, tell me brief. You know what I mean? The man is in the box with shorts and the box with beef, that's it.
Right.
But me now, from the elders, that is something that real bad for you.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because that now they're supposed to hold up.
Right.
You know what I mean? Support you.
Right.
Yeah.
And playing with that, as I'm telling guys, when you all get older, I go on these, I see somebody work up a night, which in, and I'll be a strain by myself.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because the way I you carry yourself.
Right,
And
right.
up to this day, you still see that.
Right.
You know? So, from the, you know what I mean, eldest of me,
Right. And in terms of national team, when you break into the national side, how was that?
that again, you know what I
Right.
mean, difficult because now, you know, everybody play, you know what I mean, dream for play
Right.
for the national team. In spite
Right.
of your community team, because the community, then your national team.
Right.
Everybody dream to play for that. So, the work now have to be extra.
Right.
You know, going up there again now with the name, the people in that you see in Sky, because it's not Grace from Empire players, them know
Right.
your own.
Right.
Players from different communities, you know what I mean, you never see, differently than play against them.
Right.
You know what I mean, you don't know who them be and
Right.
what them style and stuff like that. So going to that and all the next, you know what I mean.
So tell me something.
Hustle.
I was in the same team with you.
Yeah, I played with Ivor.
But I'm sorry to them.
Yeah.
So I can
Ivor.
joke you know.
Yeah. well, you know what I mean, somebody honestly, let's say if all horse run like you're not really on horse. You know what I mean? So you have to have, you know? Yeah, but
But I know you what midfield or defense just play.
no. Me not in a position.
Wait. Maybe you're in a position.
Me never.
Wait. At the first me football
No,
in a
me
position.
never. No.
So
No.
you-
Well,
you're
if-
When you work as
if everybody else, as you know, have a position, me not in a position.
So
when you
so-
work as
Just call the position.
and you
and
can
me
fit
fulfill.
into a position.
I'll call the position. I keep for Empire.
You keep?
I defend. I play inside.
Was that
sweep,
what you
I
said?
play. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
At one time, I play myself and Leslie Lee House.
The host,
keep,
the host
but
is be a
keep-
good defense.
keep. Lester Lee, he used to be actually the second keep.
House is basically
Yeah.
okay.
Anything happened to Lester House at the
Alright.
moment. But midfield, flank, strike. One time we playing against Powell and Ganton. That time at police ground and Ganton. That time, you know, me man bet a lot of money and
Right.
Ganton get red card, miss the game because he out, you know. You know who he's like.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, referee blow free and he makes so much nice.
Yeah, he don't cost- he don't-
He
of
get
course.
the card. Rather than the man that foul, he get the card, he get the card. And he miss the game and we go up and we up there and Michael said that, boy, we in a problem right now. That time, Eplos and Boss, just come up from college.
Right.
We have a problem, boy. Who are you going to put up front with Boss? So Eplos said, let me put Damon. And
A plus such as that.
yeah, and we go forward. We beat them 3-1. And
You score anything?
we get the hat trick.
Wow.
Hat trick.
Yeah, that time Repi and so.
Yeah,
no, what I
rep-
mean now, the numbers, because of Ganto not there, no, the betting now.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
bid start
Yeah, numbers start increase.
go up,
Yeah.
right? So I get the hat trick in the game. I score one penalty, my header, and on tapping,
Yeah.
right? So Soldier Boy
Yeah.
from Bendel.
Yeah, 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 so
So I'm
Soldier
at the
Boy.
time I was wearing number 3.
Okay, you love back penalty too.
Yeah, I was wearing number 3 at the time. And you run on the field. When the game finished, you run on and hold me and give me $300 and tell me even number maybe 18, I'm gonna get 18.
Oh, so I have to call the numbers.
And the night they, he said, look, not my towel, I carry home. And he came down.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, the next day, you know what I mean, because if I didn't have any teammates, somebody to pass the ball for me, that won't happen.
Right,
So
true.
the $300 actually, them time they were like, when if you anybody give any money, we bring it
Sure.
out in the park and we get some drinks
Nice.
afterward.
Right.
So the position, as I say, I really had a
Position.
main
But I
position.
want to say something, Okay, early, you know the same thing. So both are playing the game.
Yeah, both, but me and both is strike.
Both he scored the most goals.
No,
he
me and
played.
both is strike. No, both are different breed, you know what I mean? A different
You
breed.
tell us, you know.
A different breed. I love you, I love
Earl,
you, I
hope
love
you
you, I
watch,
love
you
you.
We'll show you watch.
Suti, if you're watching, good morning, sir. You know what I mean? Carl Casey, good morning, sir. And Glenn, big up to you, brother, in your achievement.
So you play with Glenn too?
Yeah. Well, he might play with Ivan, I play with Glenn.
Yeah, you play all I think all I play national
Wait,
team
how
together.
you make the team?
The man say you to the player.
Me kind of unique, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Me kind of unique, you know?
You fit in the position.
Yeah, and not only that, me one of them that, you know what I mean, you know, against the big boys, you know what I mean, as me say, you have to really, playing against Earl and playing against Taddy are two different,
Right,
you know what I
true.
mean, so you have to really step. And me one, because, Earl, honestly, you see, like playing Premier League.
My buddy Barbers just joined. Barbers just play with you as Barbers George.
Yeah, all the man.
You just play Empire Aspect just play.
Hoppers, man, if
You think one thing plays.
Kind of
two,
just shoot.
not two,
He just be a big striker now.
Yeah,
shoot
good
some
morning,
goals.
sir. Long time no see, man. You know, playing Premier League, what I notice with the guys that play,
Right.
you know what I mean, some of the guys that just play. Playing Premier League, we're playing against somebody that tomorrow you're going to see them down the road, 1 year brethren and play for somebody else, you know what I mean? When you reach national level, the man you play against in Antigua, you're playing them so rough.
Right.
And when I go abroad, where you
Yes,
see a
sir.
man
Go
for,
soft.
you see a man for maybe 100 minutes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You play the man them so,
Soft.
yeah.
Wait.
Without feeling.
One jump, you know. Are you guilty of that?
No. I will.
That's what I'm finding out.
But again,
But you
know
up,
what I
you
mean?
up. You know,
Yeah,
up with
you
them
need
thing.
some, when we go abroad, from the time you reach the airport, the man on different football game.
true.
And the man where you see, as I say, for 100 minutes,
Yeah.
and the man is supposed to kill. not
Yeah, not the people say every
not
day.
the man
Yeah.
that you see, that your brethren. The man is supposed to kill. I'm find that play with some guys like that, and I think you're wrong. You know what I mean? So when I reach up foreign, now in spite of you playing for English Sharp, you playing for Palm.
Right.
When we carrying the shirt, the flag,
Right.
all our way are one. This is an empire, no
true,
power.
true,
You
true,
know what I mean? It's a one unit, so
Right.
I have to defend this flag, yeah.
Right.
But you know what I mean, you have some guys that do the opposite.
So where most memorable game of Antigua? Maybe there are plenty.
Antigua.
For Antigua. You went Brazil? I know the team that went Brazil. Did you go Brazil?
No,
Okay.
I didn't went Brazil. But again, you know what I mean, thanks a lot for the
How many goals you score for
the
Antigua?
country. I must score about 8 goals for Antigua.
Yeah?
Yeah. But thanks again for the country, you know what I mean,
Right.
at least. Let me see, because honestly, well, some of the places that I travel to, I mean, I
Right.
think that I'm going to, you know what I mean,
Afford.
reach them places.
Right,
afford
right,
them
right,
places. So thanks again. You may never say thanks
Right.
to the nation. But one time we went Sinkers. And
Difficult game.
Heavy Richardson.
Yeah, heavy.
Honestly, man, I can't thank you.
Right.
I can't thank you enough. But Heavy Richardson, I think, if the man there now will, you know, a lad with he,
Right.
start to have a situation in Sinkers.
Right.
Sinkers, we playing against, I think we played against St. Martin or St. Croix one is, and Dominica played against Sinkers. And Dominica beat, we was understand, and Dominica beat Sinkers.
Right.
And while he was coming out this time, pretty boy and a guy came a little.
Antigua.
You know what I mean? Yeah, and the guy pulled a knife.
Wow.
You know what I mean? So, Antigua, enough from long time, Sinkers Antigua.
Yeah,
never.
that was.
So,
Right.
them heavy them was the manager at the time.
Yeah.
Heavy have a bunch of key,
Right.
and only one key open the door.
Right.
And heavy run, you know what I mean? I'll have behind the heavy and so I'm wise heavy run, he have a briefcase in left hand and a bunch of key in the right hand. And wise I run, man, heavy pull the right key.
Open the door.
Open the door.
Everybody get in.
Guys, honestly, if heavy didn't do that, I don't think I would be here talking to you now
Right,
because of the passion
So
the
close.
guy was in.
So tell me something. That is something very unusual. And they come with the stand.
Yeah.
And the guy
Yeah,
sell,
him pretty boy, you know what I mean?
and the
get,
guy
you know,
pull a knife.
Yeah, and you know what I mean? When the guy push pretty boy, you know what I mean, turn back and you know what I mean, make an attempt. And the guy pull a knife.
Wow.
You know, and the police station right beside
Right
him.
next
Enter
to
the
the
police
right.
station, yeah. Mm.
And we there. And in the dressing room, man, we was in the dressing room, man. King man that day.
Right.
So many people outside, like, you know what I mean, come outside, come outside, come
Wow.
outside, yeah, come
Wait,
outside.
they would
Even-
tell like outside.
Yeah, even say when the referee end up and get inside the room with us. Right, when the referee was refereeing the Sinkers game, get inside the room with us.
One for life too.
Yeah. So in the end, one time someone come on the door and rap on the door and like, he said police. But when he come and look on the door, he said, yeah, man, slippers. So I said,
Start
tall,
the police.
tall. And I went inside the boy. And one time, a lady, girl, a lady passed beside me in the boy and said, look, something tell me for walk, give me a knife now. So I said, tall, all gone. So the police now move and end up on calling the defense force. The first time ever riding on 14-seater passenger bus and nobody right on the seat.
Right.
Everybody on
That's
the
ground.
seat.
That's so scary. That was so scary.
So
That's
they
really
call
scary.
in the army. The guys come and the guys come gear up. You know what I mean? And guys end up fire shot and stuff in the air.
Wow.
So Joey and Packer end up and get because the guy break the glass for the bus. So Joey and Packer can get some glass in their
Wow.
eyes. So from there, them guys. So when they might take out to the dressing room, for time to get out of the park now, the man lock the gate. So somebody have come out the gate, come out the vehicle for lock open the gate.
Open the gate.
And the driver tell one the army man, look, shoot for kill.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? All the time now, we under the seat now.
Uh,
So I leave from there and take us to the army campus because we could not go where we used to stay.
Stay.
We could not go back there. When the guy then go there, them guys from Sinkers swarm the place. So they have to take out our gears, bring them to the army campus, from the army campus to the airport. When we reach the airport, they are at the airport.
the guys not able to?
Yeah, the guys at the
What?
airport. So we didn't finish the tournament, right? And honestly, that session man, is a really scary session.
Yeah.
Up to now, we didn't see any police.
Right. That
How
is.
how the police let get all the control, so?
As I say, we tried, and they up there watching the game,
Yeah.
so they see exactly. And I don't know in terms of the way how them guys behave down there that the police them, you know what I mean, afraid. So they call in the army man. Them,
But
but
that's taking sports to the next level. The guys very over passionate there with that.
yeah,
with
man,
the sports.
I think it's that's some different. And I don't know if you ever see me play way on
Armband, yeah, that's it.
armband.
Right. That's it.
And them man believe a style of it,
Uh.
and them man take them up and sink it. So, you know what I mean? So everybody down there know way with, you know what I mean. But when I was playing, I used to have this hand. I used to have like a piece of aluminum
Right.
inside there for hold because if this like go back this way, I mean no problem.
Right.
You know what I mean, so the kind of aluminum kind of hold it. Yeah. So they man believe like our style, but you know what I mean.
So-
Well, me used to be one of the man that me love my drugstore
Right.
because when no drugstore sell things for injury.
Right.
Yeah, some man has injury and they don't want to put on because they say, well, oh man, maybe see have a knee band and say,
Then
oh, he
they
knee
just-
sick.
right,
But
right.
if for me knee sick, me go drugstore, ban you up.
Yeah.
You see me saying? So me use so the man that's coming the mommy.
So your 8 goals as I say shoot 8 goals. You want to know how you shoot the 8 goals. Lucky goal.
Well, if a lucky goal, I'll go lucky goal. I'll go
No,
lucky.
go
So
lucky goal.
I'll
Goal
go
is a
let
skill, man.
I'll go let Bato both of them score lucky goal.
A lucky goal.
A lucky goal.
And
Big
boss
goal.
go charge for that. Boss
Hold on, man,
boss
hold
go charge for
on.
that.
Hey, hold on. So you're telling me, all them set play, set kicking, so you Beckham and them man doing so lucky goal them there.
Well, me don't tell you what me tell you.
You see Messi and them man with a special kicking zone.
Well, honestly, me know you watch Messi and all them something and the goalkeeper them. This time me see Messi go score, me no goalkeeper.
The
To
goalkeeper,
that.
yeah.
You
Them
maybe
go
not
to-
goalkeeper, you say
To
goalkeeper.
that, to know me say, to where the man, the high level, them done something could go with me. Messi score and go from, you go set on wall, you go the opposite one and half and something.
I mean, this thing so like you know.
No reality. Reality. You know what, man, something.
You see the man bend them by far road
You
and
know,
so.
then something should this one.
So tell me now, in terms of football career, you say you have a successful career. How you describe
Yeah,
career?
me just say that. Me just say a real career.
Right.
You know, and nothing that me regret. You know
Right.
what I mean? Honestly, the only thing me regret at that Barracuda come the wrong time.
Right. Okay. The
When they had the
professional setup.
yeah, they come the wrong time. With
Right.
myself, Gary, Epilos, Bose, and them, man.
Right.
1 hour we would have in the Premier League.
Right.
You
I
mean
mean,
in
he just
English
come,
Premier League?
yeah,
Yeah.
he just that thing just come the wrong time.
Right.
Them time, you know what I mean, definitely then somebody set up a little what you call it?
Professional league, like.
No, somebody going to school.
Right. College.
Right,
college,
somebody to
college,
college,
yeah.
right?
Right.
Definitely than that. But when we say no, you have child, you have this, you have that, you go up on a tree and just pick up a child, you know,
Right.
them kind of vibe. And we not going any place.
Right.
Big P, Peter Byers. Read so far, turn back. Quinton. Read so far, turn back. We have Sprocket that went to England, say that
Yeah.
he plays too
Right.
cold.
Yeah, remember
You know
that.
what I mean? Pampa, you know what I mean? So we know that we dream of playing football for money.
Right.
And you have to put in the extra work. Now, even said before you go to England, you know England cold.
Right, correct.
So if the training session is 2 hours, now you going to have to put on maybe extra half an hour.
Right.
Because, you know what I mean, to get
The body.
But
up
it's
to
not-
them,
Right,
the
right.
standard to
Yeah,
them.
yeah,
You
yeah.
have to put in the extra hour. But I mean, as I say, the work, it never come easy. You have to put in the work.
So
And-
you think the players mentally they're not tough like you guys mentally?
No, the man get some free. The man get some free.
See?
Yeah, man.
D-man, I'm glad you got in there. I was about to ask you the very question, okay? Earlier, you said to us that breadline. Nowadays, the players don't want to be breadline.
Right.
If they can't them feel that part of their own team. You think that kind of spoil them? Because they get in so easy.
That's what I'm saying. That exactly. Inside the national team, if you really watch the national team, you won't watch the national team. It's a man of the wonder what them do up there.
Right.
You know what I mean? The Premier League, you have some guys playing the Premier League and they can't control the ball.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, as I say, back to the breadline, back to the training. Now, when the last time you see one guy self-training, running to the beach, running, you know, see that if you go to the training field now and the coach late, everybody sit down.
Wow.
You know what I mean? The senior man, they say, well, okay, let we take up the mantle
Yeah,
and go
yeah,
do what you do
yeah,
until
yeah.
the coach come. Everybody sit down.
Ridiculous.
You
eh?
know, so the football per se, you know, that's really awful.
But we want to get a break and come back.
We're gonna take a break and then come back, man.
Bless.
Our goal is to help her to walk again. Come out and support us at the Pickett's Playing Field on December 29th, 2024 from 2 p.m. to 10 p.m. in aid for my mom, Gwendolyn Joseph Gumbs, who requires a prosthetic leg. Get your tickets now for $25. There will be family fun games, so bring out your family, bring out your friends, bring out your neighbors. There will be live entertainment by Jokey Dan, Dior, The General, Lyrical Reds, Hell's Gate Point Iron Band, and much more. Once again, come out and support. Let's have some fun. Let's have fun while supporting a worthy cause. Salute to everybody, and thank you in advance.
So, tell me something, D-Man. In terms of your playing days compared to now, Carl, let's say for instance, Antigua recently finished a tournament. What they get? I think I had 2 finals they get. The guy Ledgerwood, I think he's from England. What do you think about your coaching style? If probably players not good enough, I don't know. What do you think the challenge is? Why we not doing so well?
Just as I tell you that you have guys playing Premier League and can't control the ball.
Right.
But not only that, something that I'm heavily much talking about, where we have so many overseas based players
Right.
coming in our Premier League. Don't get me wrong. I'm not going to stay here and say that no overseas player should not, because we have players from Antigua that go abroad.
Right.
But when you have 9, 8 players playing on one team from overseas, the national team going to fall, and we can see it.
Right.
In spite of Ledger would come now, and as I understand where he come in for, maybe if the team travel, he coming in the tournament, he come in like a week or 2 weeks before the tournament. That's not enough time prepared. That no. In spite of how many coach you have here,
right.
Whatever you tell them on the phone or whatever, who select the team, who select the players, right? And right now we have midfield players playing defense, and because of again the lack of all the national players, Antigua players not getting enough team players on the field,
right,
because of the overseas base, and they need to do something with that. As our football he already gone,
right,
you're gonna go further.
So let me say something. I want to knock him on that like a bit. Not that you're wrong. I believe you're correct. But I remember some years ago, I was going from Seaton's, and I met 2 guys from Palm at school gas station. One of the guys, Caesar, another guy. So I said to my partner, Caesar, how Palm team doing, man? Caesar tell me troops. I said, what do you mean? Why don't buy my Palm on the team? So what do you mean? Everybody overseas almost. I said, Caesar is serious? So I would say to you, it even happened at club level. Where they bring players overseas, which I think should help improve the standard.
Right.
No, I'm talking the club.
I
I'm
know.
Talking, the club I'm talking.
Clubs, yeah.
Club I'm talking.
And the national team.
No, club I'm talking. No, that we can see it now on the national team because of so many foreigners playing on the club teams.
Yeah.
Right? So it's showing now on the national team.
True.
So when we talking about that, the coach bringing in all them English guys, you see why?
Right.
Because when you look, the
foreigners,
the foreigners overshining the locals.
Yeah.
So what are you going to do?
Then up the standard.
And again, the coach, you want the winning stats to show. So
Yeah.
But again, we bring in them and we still lose.
Right.
Because bringing so many Englishmen and all them 5 and 5 and 5 and 5. I can't recall the last time Dominic beat Antigua.
Right.
And with them Englishmen now and the standard of the game, because you know what I mean, before we didn't have cell phone. So the model of the game now, everything upgrade, and whatever you can watch Dominic, you can watch this and you can watch that play and see the model and whatsoever, and we still getting them kind of numbers.
But Divan, now playing a home game.
You can't play home if you're not going to play home game.
Where we not
Where the ground be?
A football start this weekend.
Where the ground be?
So where they playing?
Then
Of a factory?
Then on
They're going to have a fee that satisfied
that
goal.
depend on the stadium.
Right.
I know the stadium have a deal with cricket. So you don't have any ground. The other day I was listening to Neil and said that FIFA supposed to build a stadium, some in the same area up there. You know what I mean?
Hold about 5,000.
But honestly, the coach, guys, no way is better than home, right? And in spite of whatsoever, I think that you have coaches here that can do the job. Yes, you're gonna get licks because you're getting licks with the overseas, the English base. So you're gonna get licks to learn, but let me go with it and get licks with the youngsters. We just have on the Micah hosts under 19 tournament up there with about 12 or more teams or less team, right? Where are these under 19 guys going to go?
Right. So the talent is there, just
we have it, but where they going to go? When you bring in this and bring in that, where they going to go? Kudos to Pretty Boy Chester and Jennings Grenade.
Right.
They represent Antigua well in the club whatever we call it.
Club
what I'm saying, when you're looking at the team, is only 2 Antiguans on the team.
Right.
Yeah.
right? So if the commentator didn't say Antigua Grenades, you would not know this is
So
an
wait,
Antigua
wait,
team
wait.
because
Two
so
Antiguans
many
say?
the goalkeeper and Quinton,
Yeah.
right? All the rest of them are white man. So even if they didn't say Antigua Grenades, you wouldn't know that it's Antigua team.
But I want to ask another question. Like I said, Mike has under 19. And he said earlier too, you Premier League and man can't control ball. So my take is, why didn't under 13 then start the youngest in the control ball?
They have them division, I guess, in the school, right? In the school. But again, you know, the
proper
coaches
structure.
them around here, right? Honestly, and the boss could testify with me. The coaches them around here, they don't want to build anything.
Right.
It's a winning process.
Right,
you don't
right.
want to build.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Earl, you have two guys over there that look good. Have some money.
By the mouth.
Yeah. You know what I mean? They don't
So
want to
it's all about
build.
winning.
Yeah,
That's
it's
the
all
money
about
by the
winning. They
mouth.
don't want to build anything.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And if you don't get back that, my suggestion to the association, because my time coming up, Empire used to have two teams.
Right.
The Premier League teams, and they have a second division team. But what happens is now the second division team, you cannot go in. Even if you win, you don't go anywhere. So
Right.
that is actually a breeding ground.
Right. Feeding
Okay,
to
right.
the
Okay,
Premier team.
okay.
And I remember I used to play school league and then have to run recreation ground to play Premier League, right? And the breeding ground, so long as you're doing well down there, you get a chance. Who up there population yourself, go
Right,
down
go
there
down.
and play. But no, we don't have that. Now, if you try to do that now, then telling me now that you have to get a transfer.
Right.
Remember, it's Empire team.
Right.
But you have to get a transfer from this
From physical
from
Empire
the
to
team
Empire.
to the Premier League team, which is garbage.
I could answer if you're going outside, but if you're going within the
Empire to
establishment,
Empire is
yeah.
garbage. You can't tell me
No,
that.
no.
If
Yeah,
Empire to
I'm with you.
Empire,
If
need
you're
a
going
transfer.
outside, if you're going outside,
Right,
same
you
with my
need a
Empire
transfer.
happens.
Wait, wait,
transfer.
wait.
You need
But
a
if you're
transfer.
going
Who came with the idea? That
Right.
doesn't make no
Them
sense.
people-
No, no, no. If you're going from
Empire
Empire
to
to Empire,
Empire.
because the same
Yeah,
same club
yeah,
structure,
it's
kind
one
of same
umbrella.
thing.
One
One
umbrella
umbrella, right.
is one
But if you're going
team.
outside, the transfer necessary.
Yeah, and you know, them thing there, again, take away from the football. Again, I come back to the same point. Too many teams in Antigua. We have 16 teams in Premier League. And
And
when
quality.
it was 10 team, the quality is not there. No, 16.
Right.
No, you know, making
It's
sense.
ridiculous.
Yeah, make
Too
any
many
sense.
teams, man.
No.
I complain about that all the time.
Yeah,
Too many teams, quality in the day.
Right.
Yeah.
But tell me
Right,
something.
yeah,
I know you started an initiative which I'm very excited about, the Past Players Initiative.
That's
Tell us
what I
how
want
that
to talk to you
started.
for, because see
Well,
how
yeah.
that gets with
Tell us when it started.
I see a guest just walking, and I think that one, I may have to bring a letter to you for some sort of little donation. Yeah,
good.
past players, think, you know what I mean, we formed this thing, but I'm the brainchild
Right.
of this. When Burns fell ill with the stroke,
Right.
I was on my gallery sitting down one night, and I said, you have a few players that, you know what I mean, out there that every time you have something, we have the barbecue, and we have this, by that time, the person's sickness gone to a stage where too late. So I called on Gary and Peter Quinn and them guys on board. And I go on the radio, talk about it. I call, just call names, and them guys on board. And respect to the pastor, Kente brother.
Right,
Mr.
Semper.
P.
Yeah.
We call him Mr. P. Right? Hear it on the radio and say, look, he on board. And Earl, you know, when you see people that are leader,
Right.
Earl, from the time Mr. P walk in and he said he come for the meeting. I said, look, my president reach.
Right.
My man really got going on.
Right. We just look at
Yeah,
people
just
in
look at
market.
the man and the president, and he just hold up his hand and take the position.
Right.
Right? But this thing we already, you know what I mean, support a few guys, make some donation to a few guys, Quaker bag.
Right.
Quaker
Yeah.
bag sick, you
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
some pampers and whatever. This guy Curty
Right.
from Benwood to get a shot down. Right.
Right.
Curty,
Yeah.
Benwood from out at Bowlands.
Right. I know Benwood.
Right.
Yeah,
Benwood
yeah.
from
Benwood
out at
too,
Bowlands. Chet from English Harbour.
Right.
So we already make some donation to a
That's
few
Chet. That
people.
Chet.
Chet.
And
Chet
Chet.
the brother.
Chet. And
I want
when,
to tell you about this man.
Yeah,
the
okay.
first person we make that pledge to is Barbara Ferrens.
Okay.
May soul rest in peace,
Right.
Barbara Ferrens. When he was down
Right.
and they need to get him out. But what happened with Barbers, I think he stayed too long,
Okay, right.
right? So by the time that we ready to
Get him off.
get him off, you know what I mean, it was too late. The same thing with this guy, Simon, right? The bicycle man.
Yeah,
Right? So we come up with this idea that John Doe gets sick. Let we deal with it. We may not have the money to say give you 100%, but at least we can meet you to a certain point that you can at least take off to start get treatment.
Right.
Because too late, I mean, he may, you know what I mean, the injury gone so far that you can't really turn it
True.
back. You know, so we come up with this idea that we supporting them guys and stuff like that. But I'm here sitting down and who all hear my voice, we looking up for members. You know, is a few of us. We started in 2020, established in 21.
So what you can say about 3 to
Right,
4 years.
3 years, 4 years, 3
Right.
years, right? The 9th of March, right? So we're looking for members, and right now we having a drive that we having a big bashment teddy that I'm going to come to you with for some donation. We come up with this Black Tie Affair, where by Past Player Support Inc.
Right.
We gonna, you know, when we go to the funeral, I hear Ojando, he was this player, he was that player, and he do this
like something on the
do this,
players.
and when you're alive, he never get anything. So we come up with this idea that a Black Tie Affair, the 7th, I think the 7th or the 9th, at
The 9th of December.
December at this stadium, where we have a few guys that me believe well, and tongue people don't play football.
Right.
You know what I mean? In spite of
Wait. I'm going to Woodley. I'm going to Woodley. Okay, your team, you know, the Empire and me, we still playing the debate, you know.
Barbers, he just get Barbers. Barbers just say he's on board, so we took the Barbers.
Earl more hear me.
Uh-huh.
Because Empire will tell me one time they now play quick football countryside until they get demoted.
Uh-huh.
They means argue. When all the sports and games play football all around Antigua, play me out. Say no man, they play recreation ground. Hey, so when I get demoted, I go watch them over the kids.
Uh-huh.
I say, well, Empire each other country man.
Honestly, I think that football should just in the city alone.
I agree with you.
I mean, football, cricket, call it sports. You're not supposed because tongue people don't play the game.
Right.
I mean, finals also should be in the countryside.
Yeah.
I mean, Antigua that big that bus run right now. Everybody have transportation. Take on drive go. At least the country people, you know what I mean, appreciate.
Is it
us
tell me
and
country
we
too
see.
far? Is it tell me too far? No, Empire man tell me so. No. Country too far.
No. So, Earl, so
The Black Tie Affair.
the Black Tie Affair. So we look at it and me and them guys getting some big thing because you know what I mean. Them a call tongue. Me tell them Todd. No man, I have to go countryside man. You know what I mean because they may not. Some may good as a man them in town.
Right.
Some may not good in the town, but at least they play football and they represent
Right.
the community. You know what I mean? So we have a few guys where we are looking at Veron from town, Emma from town. The name from country I don't really have them per se. I know Ocean. Ocean is one.
Right.
Right? This guy from Liberty used to work at the Cable and Wireless. Cable and Wireless, a big guy.
On the bird hill.
Yeah. I don't know his name.
So okay, wireless.
Is that the Cable and Wireless bank?
So how is a committee you have put in place to choose all these guys, or how you come up with the names?
Yeah, well, what happened is now we're looking at, now really our group, we decide Earl, right? Because we're looking from back then.
Right.
Rather than just yesterday, we're looking from back then.
Right.
So guys that already, like for instance, like Veron.
Right.
Veron time goes back. You know what I mean? Looking at them guys. So at least they get the flowers now,
Right.
they're alive, they can hold it, feel it, you know what I mean? See it.
So maybe too, there's a suggestion, maybe we can ask Veron too, cause since Veron might know some players that play in the country that he play against that very good.
Well,
names
I'm
and
going to
names
say
and stuff.
we're going to do nine
Right.
players. So we already have them.
They have them,
We
okay,
already
cool.
have them.
Okay.
So we have this guy from Param. As I said, the name.
Right.
Not
The name, yeah, I don't really have the name.
Pele, not Pele from Power.
No.
Okay.
Pele.
Pele Empire
Right?
too.
So, and again, we have somebody have to carry the game.
Right.
So we going to go with Gershom.
Right.
Gershom from Five Island.
Right. No question.
Right. And them
Papa
guys
and
say,
Gershom.
yeah, them guys say 8, right?
Right.
But I said to them, look, me the brainchild, if me have to go extra mile,
Right.
but me want shipwreck involved with this.
Right, right.
Right?
Right,
So
right.
if me have to pay for everything with shipwreck, me
Right,
do that.
right.
Because shipwreck, I want the man that made me be who me be up to today.
Not only you, a lot of
Right? Well, me,
youngsters.
right? But you know what I mean? When you look at the boy, broad scope,
Right.
you know what I mean? You can't, if you can't start a car name, you're not going to stop.
True.
True.
You know what I
Colo,
mean?
Colo,
You're not
Gary,
going to stop.
yeah.
So, I don't want to call 3 name and next thing I left for 5 and 6.
Yeah.
Forget about that. They know who they be, and shipwreck know who all
Right.
deal with that. So, broad scope, so shipwreck, I think he's supposed to don't get me flowers, but
Right.
unfortunately, reach it. So, let's all try and see if I try and open the door. Maybe, you know what I mean? Maybe they will, you know what I mean, do something.
they're gonna say to you
But
now.
the association, the football association, well, when you look at it, as I say, all them players that pass, who play national team how many years and whatsoever. I remember at that time,
Right.
them guys never get caught.
Correct.
True.
So, there's appreciation.
Right.
There's appreciation when every time you're just in table or whatever.
Some
and
kind
see
of plaque
this.
or something.
Right, and see, well, okay, at least the football association acknowledge me for this and give me this ugly.
Right.
But not when you're
Down and
you
out.
know what I mean, John Doe was this and John Doe was that. No. So we're trying to do this as quick as possible. We looking some who are listening to me, are we looking
Well,
some
a lot of people
donation?
listening, so tell them-
well,
a lot of people
Teddy don't have me covered without it.
And Baba side cover to Baba side cover. Baba say reach out to him.
Yeah.
Okay, you see you on board.
Well, 783 Barbers, 783-3383, that's my number.
Right.
You call me, WhatsApp. Not Facebook, I'm going to do it Facebook.
Well, just say exactly. Speak.
Book
Look
face,
in- look into
face,
the mic,
right?
tell them
Book
exactly.
face Barbers, but you know what I mean? Book face me do it, but you know what I mean? You can come by the number and you can put your hand to the president and then we can take it.
I'm saying to you, right?
Yeah.
Know that we hear that you have this plaque tie affair this 17th December. You have to come back here more often.
Well, you see, the biggest thing with this, right? I'm going to tell you. You know, they say, the keeper you hold. the striker you hold. So,
But stop it now, because you just tell all a while ago, you're not have a position on the field.
You're not in a position.
Yeah, position.
No, you see, me. But
Okay.
this is different.
Okay,
This is
okay.
different business now, right? You don't find out to this man that a free roll, that a
Right.
free roll.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So I don't want to jump the gun. Just as you say,
Right.
we have Saturdays, couple of Saturdays more to go before the event.
Right.
So the PRO.
We
should-
reach out to you,
Well, we
man.
reach out to you,
Yeah,
so
you-
come back with a PR, come back
Yeah.
with a full crew
Yeah,
and
yeah, should be,
so we
I
can
must say
Okay.
something to you.
so we can sensitize probably with a
Baba
black tie
said,
fair.
Baba's in Florida, I think, right?
Yeah, Baba
There's a
is
guy who watches the show every Saturday, named Leon Francis.
Right.
He used to be referee and so play football too. He has a show in Florida and so too. He won radio show and so on Saturdays. So I can touch base with him.
Well, guys,
Maybe it help you too.
who are watching, and I was just saying, the people that can give me a call and give us some assistance, because this event, it's
Next time I log on
Yeah,
to
this is a
Ian
very
Tickle.
much-
You just play Ian Tickle, right?
Look, we all get together. So we-
He may tell his mind, we just play this. You tell me tickle us round the corner.
Teddy
So-
with us.
so-
No,
So-
most nights, I take something to tell you black and white, so at
Yeah.
least you can, you know what I mean?
But,
Tell us so
but in terms of you though, in terms of this initiative with past players, it's an excellent idea from you, because you see you came with the idea,
Yeah,
and I'm
yeah.
very proud of you to see that you came with the idea
Appreciate that,
for,
thanks.
to honor the past players and stuff. That's very good. And as we say, we're looking to wrap up, but you invited back here, you know.
Whenever you want to come.
Whenever you
Just
want to
call
come,
Earl.
you just
Call
call me
me,
and
you're
you can
good.
come back and talk about black and tie affair, because that's a very excellent idea. Initiative
No,
with
we
black
want
and
to
white
push it.
player.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we want to give you as much airplay as possible with that black and tie
Appreciate
affair,
that.
so you
And-
can put out more to the
Tell me,
public.
you
and
have
stuff
any
like
ad? You have any ads?
that. You know, so
No, what happened is before ads, we looking at some venue in terms of the
location and stuff.
the
So you know, we
location,
finalize it.
right?
But when you get to
So
we come back.
We're looking as soon as we get there, because tickets and stuff like that, I think we are behind in
Right.
terms of tickets. But we cannot print tickets and say, you know what I mean, the
Stage.
date will be the
Right.
place. No, we want to get the place sorted out, and then the tickets and everything.
You can do it in the stadium. Stadium is a nice place.
Well, yeah, the stadium, you know what I mean, the figure, I have a look on the figures. I tell you that we are non-profit. You know what I mean? So the
Stadium gets charged, man.
the
Then they get charged in the
price
stadium.
the price on them.
Then they get
So-
charged in the
He's
stadium.
so like
man.
that, you can make a photograph.
Then they get charged in the
He's so like
stadium.
a style, you make a
Yeah,
photograph.
they charge. Oh, you're gonna do something?
Yeah, you make a photograph.
Okay.
Yeah.
After the Minister of Sports, when they
Appreciate
charge
that.
you.
Well, we talk, and the best we can get is $1,600.
The Minister, after the Minister.
No, we talked to the guy that run up
No,
there.
he talks to the minister.
Okay, all right.
He
then.
tried that with Parish. He was going to the
Okay.
minister, and the minister
Say no more. So,
all right.
as I say, we're looking for members because we have about 14, but you know what I mean, when you come work time, with all association,
Yeah,
when you come work time, I just want
A handful.
just a handful. But
Well.
you know what I mean, we kind of mantle, we trying. But again, the people I'm overseas that can help us out because we look in some, what we call it, plaques,
Plaques and so, yeah.
trophies. So if you can get in touch with me and then we can go a little further, that we can get some cheaper plaques because, you know what I mean, the plaques are around here and I mean, everything is costly.
Right.
So if you can get the some help, we most appreciate that.
Well, just a closing remarks
Well,
as you go.
to everybody listening, Glenn, as they say,
Glenn, Casey, Barbers.
Barbers.
Yeah, plenty of people. That's everybody.
Barbers,
All the fans,
everybody,
all the fans, all the
all
fans.
all the fans, all the fans.
Maybe
But,
boss what you do.
big boss.
I
big
bet
boss,
that boats. But,
No,
but,
no.
but you lucky going
My boy that. Then I had 3 man in Antigua. Boss.
Yeah.
I guess I have a couple more minutes.
Yeah.
Boss. Then I have much striker in Antigua. Can't finish like this young man here.
True.
Right? I shouldn't say young because you're old right now, as this guy here. And then I have 2 guys in Antigua that can run off the bar like this guy here. Right? Are the slowest striker me ever see.
Who that?
Boss.
Yeah.
Slois?
The slowest striker me ever see.
But
Right? But when you come to scoring goal, finishing,
yeah. That guy's very good. Your manager was a good
and
finisher
as
too.
I say, you know what I mean, as a striker, if you can't finish, you imagine that you are a striker playing whole season. How many goals you score? Boy, 4. And playing whole season a strike. As the man say, right now, the man look goal scorer. You know what? They don't want a striker.
Right.
They want goal scorer. Okay, how a striker score 4 goals in a season?
True.
You see what I say? But you know what I mean? Again, thanks again for the time, Earl, and everybody of Ireland in the diaspora. Please reach out to us and if you can give us some kind of donation. Alright, appreciate that. Again, blessed morning. Everybody enjoy the rest of the day.
Well, it was very nice having you. I look forward for you to come back again with your whole entourage, your PR or whoever.
I see how some seats.
we have
I
stuff.
only see 3 mics. I don't know if any more
We
mics
have
there.
we have plenty. Don't worry.
So the most you can accommodate is how much?
We can do
4.
four at
All
one
right,
time.
all right.
Well,
So,
we can do more, but we have a special mic.
All right, and it's only Saturdays, right?
Saturday
my show
show.
is Saturday.
We are showing
I didn't want my come on. You can come on the shows. I don't have to come on my show. I don't mean your body, but you know.
Not Saturday. Not
Yeah,
tomorrow
show
Saturday.
that's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, but
Whenever you want to come by, just
but
call
then
me.
evening.
I will
Tomorrow
say.
Saturday. You can put it for the next one.
No
All
problem.
right, and I must say, I must shout out. You know this young lady called Arlene.
She has your own show too.
Arlene.
Yeah.
What?
Just
She has
say.
to show you too Mondays and Wednesdays.
Ali, just say, yeah. Go ahead, I'll put you on board. Go ahead, tell who says she listen. She listen
See
to
me
you.
now? She flip her show Monday,
She listen to
Wednesday.
you.
And maybe Friday sometimes.
Arlene, them guys in there stick me up. I didn't know that, Arlene. I didn't know that. But, guys, this girl here, right?
Right.
Me and she just, you know, me brothers and sisters. They came my car, she Arlene. Boy, demon, you always call me. Where we call somebody else now. But at the end of the day,
She sure.
she there, she present, call Arlene to move this table. Himself she can't do it.
Right.
She tried to do it.
Right.
Right? But not a lot of people don't really not like she. But
Right.
you know what I mean, our daughter that, you know what I mean, so long she puts her mind to it.
She go forward.
So long she inside there, may tell you, she put the work. And the one that, you know what I mean, that's in there for say, well, you know, what you call them, photo app, and the one like that, she will work. And good morning, Arlene. Just take care of your customers. And honestly, the guys stick me up this morning. I thought you were on the road morning time or night time, but I didn't know that your big Shane didn't invite me. All right, but again, girl, love you. And to the audience, you know what I mean, blessed love. See you again.
Thanks for coming. I want to take a break.
Our goal is to help her to walk again. Come out and support us at the Pickett's Playing Field on December 29th, 2024 from 2 p.m. to 10 p.m. in aid for my mom, Gwendolyn Joseph Gums, who requires a prosthetic leg. Get your tickets now for $25. There will be family fun games, so bring out your family, bring out your friends, bring out your neighbors. There will be live entertainment by Jokey Dan, Dior, The General, Lyrical Reds, Hell's Gate, Point Iron Band, and much more. Once again, come out and support. Let's have some fun. Let's have fun while supporting a worthy cause. Salute to everybody, and thank you in advance.
My milkshake brings all the boys to the yard.
Yes, Daddy, it was a wonderful interaction a while ago with Demon Anthony with that initiative he started with the past players, which was really, 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 really nice.
Yeah,
Okay.
man, very good. I heard about it many years ago.
Right,
I said many years ago. He used to eat lunch in Villa.
right,
So he spoke about it. I know about it.
right,
And he got some guys on board, which is great.
right,
The Past Players Association. Look over people, you know what I mean, in time of need.
right,
And that's very good, you know. So, hey, you can't take that from him.
right. And I was saying, today is really a nice, good day. Can even get even better now because we have a great Teddy Day next to us.
Well, his daddy was great.
His daddy was great, like him.
man.
Well, I want to say good morning to you, Teddy. Mr. Teddy, how are you doing, sir?
I'm good. Good
All right.
morning.
And his brother is my good friend too. His brother, my buddy.
Right.
I went that over the gas station, my Charlie's.
Okay.
Yeah, my buddy, that man. You know
Nice.
what I mean? But I don't know if he as good as daddy and the brother.
Where we go find this? We go find this
It's all
morning.
right. All of us can't be good. I'm happy to know that at least some of us in the family are good. I'm good.
We go find.
I guess what? His sister married my best buddies, you know.
Okay.
Over man.
Say the whole family
yeah,
then.
man. You
Oh,
know,
okay.
Why
All right.
why sister go complain in the class, you know?
Okay.
Yes, I don't know if she Susan, what's your name?
Susan.
See?
Okay.
See? That's how 40 years ago. Our grades still good. That's a long time ago. Well.
Yeah. But good morning. Tell us, for somebody who don't know Ted Daly, you can just tell the audience who is Ted Daly.
Okay, so I'm Ted Daly. I am a past national track and field athlete. I've been an administrator in track and field for over 20 years. I would think coming in of about 25 years. I was in business. I'm still in business. I work for some of the leading distributing companies in Antigua and Barbuda at a management level. I am now a national coach in of track and field, and was responsible for coaching people like CJ Green, Kashim Colburn, Ajani Daly, who was my son, Kasaya Daly, now coaching Jailina Dowdy,
amongst many others.
Right. But in terms of those names I call out, those names sound very familiar to me. Yeah, those are the set of people that got in the debacle with the missed flight thing and didn't go to the tournament and stuff like that.
Well, yes.
See, I like to bowl some fastball early, you know.
Three of
Kind of
them.
names jumping at me.
Yeah,
no
we
bones,
had-
no bones.
yes, we had
Fast,
five-
right?
Yeah.
For the first time, we had 5 persons qualifying for World Juniors.
Right.
Prior to that, the maximum we had was 2.
Right.
This year we had 5. We had Lanika Laka, somebody who I coach, and she was a past Commonwealth Youth bronze medalist. We had Kasaya Daly, who is Nakak, under 18 gold medalist in the 100 and 200 meters.
Right.
Gialina Dowdy, a Carifta bronze medalist. Dwayne Fleming, you know, Carifta under 17 gold medalist. We had Ajani Daly, who would have been Nakak under 18 silver medalist, and in the 80 meters ran the second fastest 80 meters in the history of the Nakak age group championship.
Okay. But tell me something, in terms of that stuff there, what they're affiliated to your club?
Yes, all 5 of them are members of
The at least I didn't get a chance to go
Yes,
in.
yeah.
But in terms of your club structure, you have a president, you have a treasurer, you have PRO and stuff like that?
Yes, we have president who is Huan. We have a secretary.
You are his brother.
Yeah, we have a secretary
Right.
treasurer who is Dulcie Horsford
Right.
Watkins.
That's a singer.
Right.
Uh-huh.
That's
In
right.
neighbor.
Right.
We
have-
got yours, you know.
Yeah, it's okay. It's a club that we put together, and I
Go
believe
ahead.
in getting people on board
right.
who's going to come and do the
No,
work.
no, I understand.
That's important.
So we did that.
That's very important.
We have elections coming up shortly. So the positions that will be up will be president, secretary. This time we're separating the secretary from the treasurer because we
Right.
have grown.
Okay.
So we have the president, first vice president, well, president, vice president, secretary, treasurer, PRO, and 4 other members. Those will come from the parents of the athletes who are part of our club. Right? So we started something, we grew it, and now we're putting it out there so that more persons who would have bought into the vision of what we're doing
Right.
can participate. They can put themselves up for one of the offices that's going to become available, and they themselves will select who they want for which office.
Why I asked you that question there? Because I know it was a big thing in Antigua a couple months ago in terms of those athletes getting a chance to go, which I know was very hard for them as youngsters. But a lot of people blaming the president, the vice president stuff for the president ABA. But in terms of your club, because those are all these athletes came from your club.
That's right.
Your secretary, whoever, PR, didn't do the follow-up to make sure everything was in place for those guys to go away?
Well, a lot of follow-up was done, including by myself.
Right.
I personally followed up. I kept calling the appropriate persons every day to find out if, this was done or that was done.
Right.
The first instant, they said, well, it wasn't. They're going to reach out to the authorities, the organizing committee for World Juniors. They did that. We got an opportunity to register the athletes.
Right.
For whatever reason, they weren't registered. In our conversation back and forth, again, I called again, and we were given a third opportunity.
Right.
And it still wasn't done. It's puzzling to me, and it's something that I really want to just put behind me, because
Right.
every time I talk about it and the athletes happen to hear, it kind of puts them back in a place that they don't want to be, and I don't want them to be there either.
Right.
They have since moved on. We have gotten some help for them from a sports psychologist, and they're back in training,
Right.
even though they missed that. Some of them had to deal with situations like, for example, there's a coach from Tennessee, from Clemson, sorry, who went to the games to see 2 of those athletes, specifically to see 2 of those athletes perform,
Right.
with the view of offering them scholarships. And then when the coach got there, they called us to find out, well, what happened? Why are they not here? So there's a number of things that happen. But like I said, there's no point crying over spilled milk now. We need to just learn and make sure that we don't put ourselves in that position again, because it's so unfortunate, right? And I guarantee you, when the coach had gone there, he would not have just seen the two that he went to look for. He would have seen others, because we know what they were doing during Carnival Monday, T-shirt mask, Carnival Tuesday. These kids went to none of these carnival events. They were training, right? Because they wanted to be at their best, right? And people think that they ran very well during nationals, but the shape that they were in leading up to World Juniors was much better than what they were at nationals, right? One may say talk is cheap, and I can say all I want to say. You can't prove it because they didn't get a chance to run.
True, that's true.
But it will be proven when the season starts.
Right.
When people see what they do at the season start, they will know that they were at a different place, and they missed a great opportunity. Antigua and Barbuda missed a great opportunity.
But let me ask you an important question though. Can you say you learn from the situation and stuff, but how you mitigate against that? Because all I want to go to talk to somebody and stuff like that, but you have follow-up emails, communication that to get confirmation and stuff like that. 'Cause I can say, Ted, it's done and stuff, but I need something in writing. So when I see that writing and say it's done, you can refer back to that. So you make sure your secretary or IPR will make sure they have that in place going forward for these kind of crucial meets.
No, well, remember, they were not going out there to represent the PSC track club.
Right.
They were going out there to represent Antigua and Barbuda.
Right.
So this is now in the hands of the association.
Right.
So all the correspondence between the organizing committee and the would have done via the Antigua Barbuda Athletic Association, right? There are a number of persons, I believe 2 persons, who would have had the access to the mailbox.
Right.
None of us outside of that have access to it. So we have to rely on what they tell us is happening, right? And I mean, if you're part of an organization, you have to exercise a level of trust, right? I don't know, I would wish for one day that we can just sit down, for me, for my comfort, to sit down and people just come clean and say, hey, you know what, this is what happened. I messed up. We didn't do this. That is why it happened. I am not getting that. I'm getting blame thrown all around the place.
Nobody taking ownership.
Right? No. Including attempts to cast the blame on me, who is the coach. I have no kind of connection with the people from World Athletics. I can only go through the association, which I have reminded them over and over and over and over, about the situation. So when I was told that, yes, we were given this and everything is going to be okay, what can I do but just believe that is what is going to happen? So I'm coaching, trying to get the athletes ready, and then at the last minute to find out. In fact, Carnival Monday, they were training, right? And that is when I got the news, while we are at the track. Training, that, well, we didn't get to do whatever. So it was, I didn't even ask the athletes to stop training. We completed our workout because I didn't know how to deal with it at that point.
Right.
And I thought of them and how it would,
True.
So I said, let me just let them finish and give me some time to think about
how
it,
to see
how I was going to approach it.
I can tell you now. God, the Sunday he went to not by him, but his neighbor, my buddy.
Right.
So he saw him and said, what you doing together? He's supposed to Paris. He said, boy, I'm doing some training circles, taking some athletes to these games.
Right.
So we had a conversation.
Right.
So when I heard about it, I said, wow, my father didn't get to take the athletes there again. Guys, he told me he's doing some training, that was a Sunday I was up there, And I saw him, said, Teddy, what are you doing that? He's supposed to Paris, so it was the opening Olympics.
Right.
I remember that. So we had a conversation. So when I heard about this thing, so I said, Teddy, you got to take the people them to the games again, the juniors, So I know you have to be disappointed.
Very much so. I mean, we had a 16-year-old boy, right? Who was part of the contingent. He won the 200 meters at our nationals. So he, at 16, he beat all the seniors and so on. And he was going to be one of them that would represent us at World Juniors. He didn't get a chance for people to see what he's capable of doing.
Right. But tell me something. How long have you been part of Antigua executive?
Me?
Yeah.
For on and off for a while. Over the last 20 years or so, I've been on and off. I at the time I never like vie for a top position.
Right.
The highest I've been, I was vice president at one time. But outside of that, I was an ordinary member.
Right.
Like during this last administration, because I wanted to focus more on coaching.
Okay.
Right? Assist the young people. They need guidance, and I think one of the skill sets that I have
Right.
is like bringing people together.
Right.
Right? Getting the most out of people, get them to believe
Right.
in themselves. Right? And that is a key element of coaching.
Right.
Get them to believe that they can do what most other persons would say to them is impossible.
Right.
Right? And that is where I've had my success. And so most of my attention was there.
Okay.
This time around, however, I have decided that I'm going to run for the position of president.
Right.
Because, again, I think we need to move as a cohesive unit.
Right.
And in the past, I have seen division. Somebody come with a slate,
Right.
and if this slate is successful, this other side determine, well, I'm not helping them to do anything.
Right.
Or this other side determine, I'm not going to ask them to help do anything. And so if you're making, to me, that is 50% of your effort. I want to see us make 100% effort.
Correct.
And so I believe it takes somebody who knows how to bring people together. I've been doing that all along.
Right.
I've always been the person who build the bridges.
Right.
Right? Because if we're here and all of us have the same concern, we have the same goal, we want to see the sport move and get to the highest level. Right? In a democracy, sometimes you have to give up something to get something.
True.
Right? Some of us don't think so. It's my way. If it's not my way, it's not happening.
Right.
That means you're isolating this, you're not utilizing the skill sets of half of your people. Right? I don't want to do that. I want to bring everybody together because everybody have a role to play. And so if I am successful, we are going to see a more cohesive unit.
Right.
Right? All of us working together to make the task lighter.
Right.
Right? I see, maybe it's our culture now. I see we're doing a little construction and we see, let's say moving some plywood sheets.
Right.
The Antiguan would lift up the whole plywood by himself and carry it. Yes, he carried it by himself. He moving, he looked like he moving faster. But when he carry 4, 5, 6, way down and he can't do anything else. I saw the Chinese, 4 of them would carry the same
Right.
sheet of plywood, right?
Teamwork.
Right. But they carry sheet after sheet after sheet after sheet and they keep going and going and going and going.
Right.
Right? So teamwork, and plus, I'm African descent. Right? And some of the wisest, sayings come from the continent,
Right.
the motherland.
Right.
Right? And one of them says, if you want to go fast, go by yourself. Because nobody there to talk to, nobody there to
Right.
tell you, give them your view. You have to
Right,
wait to hear that.
right.
Just go ahead. But if you want to go far, let's go together.
Right.
And I believe in going together because I want us to go far.
Well, I'm happy you go there 'cause that's the first thing that jumped out at me when I saw your manifest, which I have in front of me here. 'Cause I read through it in detail. So when this jumped out at me, you can correct me if I'm wrong. But when I look at it, it's like you're saying to me, that's how I perceive it, that the past executive or under the president there was some issues there where it seemed like the president is doing things, and that's what this suggests to me. That's how I read it.
Okay,
you can correct me if I'm wrong.
I'm not saying that the president would have deliberately done something that brings the sport into disrepute. But I'm saying all of us don't have the same gifts.
Right.
Right? And some persons can bring people together and
Right.
some can't. So I guess the president just worked with what he had to work with.
Right.
I am saying to you that I will have more to work with because I know how to bring people together.
Right. Okay. So in terms of you now, here, what you bring to the table differently? Kind knowing you're a part of the executive and stuff like that for all these years, what you bring to the table differently, knowing that you went for presidency?
Okay, so if you look at my brochure there,
Right.
you see a number of ideas that I have. Those are ideas that I have presented before, but was not taken on board.
Oh, okay.
Right? So it's nothing new. It's not that I was keeping back something and holding
Well,
back.
that's
That
what-
was never.
Well, that's what actually going to be my next question.
Yeah.
Where all these ideas come all of a sudden?
That's
But
never
get.
my intention. My intention has always been to push the sport as far as it can go.
Right.
Right? But like I said, you're in a democracy. You're not in a position to really move the ideas forward. You can present them.
Right. Cool. True.
Right? And so I would have done that, meaning that I did as much as I could have done.
Right.
Right? So no, those ideas are not, some of them are 8 and 10 years ago.
Okay, interesting. One that jump out of me too is this one here. For a minimum fee, the ABA will facilitate after school classes and stuff like that. How you plan to achieve that one there?
Okay, so it's something that we have done before from a club level.
Right.
In the last 2 years, we would have had 7 scholarship offers to our club.
Right.
5 persons are already taking up scholarships, and you have 2 that is waiting to take up the scholarships next year as soon as they finish 5th form. Those that are out, what we did when we wanted to prepare them because they were not doing as well in 1 or 2 subject areas,
Right.
we found the teacher with the necessary skill sets to assist, and the teacher came to YASCO. So when they finished from school, they would come straight to YASCO. We were given permission by the president to utilize the office.
Right.
So we utilized the office, and they did their classes there. So the remedial learning was done there, and then after that they come out and train. So we saw it work before. The teacher worked with us. That is why I was able to say at a minimal fee, because the teacher actually allowed us to pay half of what she would normally charge.
Okay.
Right? So we want to expand that, involve a few more teachers, involve athletes from as many clubs as possible.
Right. And in terms of your clubs though, in Antigua, in the Alex Association, are you finding club properly structured and stuff like that?
Some are and some aren't. Again, we will provide the necessary guidance to get, because if the clubs are functioning properly and they are developing, as the club develop, the sport will develop.
Right. And make your job easy too.
That's right. So it's in our best interest to work along with the clubs and show them the path to development.
Right. And in terms of training for the constitution and stuff, you'll be large enough to the clubs to train them to. I show sometimes they understand the constitution of the association I want to play.
Well, yes. I am an open book.
Right.
If any member, any club would want to reach out to get anything clarified, we'll sit down and we'll have a discussion, because at the end of the day, if you don't understand the constitution that governs you, you're going to be limited in terms of your contributions, right? If you know exactly what you're dealing with, if you know the guidelines, the parameters within which you are allowed to operate, you will be able to contribute more. And all of us, as I say, we will get further because we're going together.
Right. In terms of the 8-year plan, I like the idea about how that will work.
Okay, so the 8-year plan, just as you have a situation in sports in general in Antigua, right? I don't know of any organization with a long-term plan that can feed from the grassroots to the elite level. Right? Demon was here earlier, and I sat down there and I heard him talking about the disadvantages of our young footballers. Right? Because if I am a young footballer and I am thinking, where am I going? If I train hard every day, I'm going to get to a stage and get stuck here because they're going to bring somebody who they perceive to be better than I am from overseas, right? It's the same thing with everything else. So we are going to make sure that the athletes, the young athletes, see a pathway where they can come from youth to juniors, represent us at the age group levels for NACAP, represent us at Carifta, represent us at World Juniors, get athletic scholarship, represent us at Worlds and at the Olympics.
Right.
So we are going to show them how they can get to this level. We're going to put workshops in place, right, to educate the coaches so that the coaches can assist in their development. Right. We are going to have sit-downs with parents and the athletes, with nutritionists and so on and so forth, to show them how we are going to get there. We're going to have a sports psychologist who has promised me that, you know, as long as I'm successful and I reach out to him, he's going to come on board. He's the same person that assists our athletes when they were in this
Debacle.
yeah,
Okay.
for World Juniors. And in one session, they felt better, right? The man is that good in
Right.
one session. And I thought, this should be happening with all the athletes,
Right.
right? And so the program is going to involve coaches education, nutrition. We're going to have, we have 3 doctors on board. Dr. Fillmore Benjamin said I can call his name, so I'll call his.
Right.
The other 2 doctors
I
are
have
there.
to call his name because
Right.
I've asked a question about him too.
Right,
So.
and they
Yeah.
will then check our athletes
Right.
prior to in pre-season.
Right.
Make sure that they are okay, so that they can go out and put in the effort that you need to put in training.
Right.
Right, they're going to speak to them about nutrition along with other nutritionists that we're bringing on board. The sports psychologist will come and talk to them about, you know, what sports psychologists talk about.
Correct.
Let them understand that, hey,
The
the
mental
guy in
psyche and stuff.
Jamaica and you make from the same thing. It's
Right,
just
right.
that he might want it more, right?
Right.
We're going to have coaches education. So we're approaching it from all angles to make sure that we have everything in place,
Right.
right? That's going to get the athletes to where we want to get to within a specific period of time. And we're going to have checks and balance. So every year we will see if we're under, we will stop, assess where we were to where we are now,
Right.
to make sure that it is working how we want to work. If not, we will examine to see where we went wrong and make the little adjustments and move on.
And tell me something in terms of Barbie though, because I know we talk a lot about Antigua and Barbie. How we do we have a squad that go Barbie to see if we have any talent over there and stuff to spot talent?
No, well, what we will be doing is we're going to appoint an individual over in Barbuda, and I speak to that,
Right.
that is going to be responsible for the development of track and field in Barbuda.
Right.
All the education process that I mentioned,
Right.
that person will go through those things as well. So whatever is happening over here
Will happen over
is the same thing that can happen over
The
there.
guy Coffee still over there.
Yes, he's still over there.
But I want to take it back, you know, because I hear all these grandiose things, which is good. But my take is, what age, the earliest age that I can start? Because when I check in Jamaicans, they start like 6 and 7 and 8 and so on competition.
Well,
So I follow that. I follow
there's no
Jamaican.
difference. That is where we will start. You just have to know how to structure your program. So, for example, somebody who is on the 9, they will not run 100 meters. They may run, let's say, 50
50,
meters
yeah.
or 60 meters.
Right.
Right? Those who do middle distance, if you see, when you recognize that this is where their talent is, this
Right.
is the skill set that they have, instead of them running a 400 meters, they may run a 250 or a 300, right? And you gradually take them along, right? You have to do this. Again, you know, we want to be an example, right? What I would love is for the Athletic Association to be an example for other associations. Right now we're not, but we will put things in place. For example, I see people training people to play basketball. I don't want to criticize anybody, but I just think that we need more in like, especially only one adjustable rim I see is in YMCA. I'd love to see a couple of those adjustable rims like in the countryside.
Right.
Because there's no point to having a young child 4 feet tall shooting.
So high.
Yeah.
You know
yeah,
what happened
yeah.
there?
Correct.
They're recruiting more muscle fibers to get the ball that high, right?
Right.
And then as they grow and they get accustomed to recruiting this amount, it throws off their shooting as they get
True.
they
Older
get
and
older.
bigger, right.
So same thing with track and field, right? So we have to take them from that level, and then you have special. The World Athletics have a program that they call Kiddies Athletics. So we have one person who would have gone, and she's been doing a fine job thus far, but we need more, right, to assist her to help bring those 6A and 7A.
Well, no, ask you for that age I'm talking about, that's different. Can you zone them like we used to do a long time ago? Zone them, this,
Okay.
especially countryside. And
So we're going to
villages and
have,
so.
again, it also speaks to diversifying athletics, right? So we're going to go into different areas and look for volunteer coaches, right? Train them and let them go back in the community as long as they have a field or something there.
Right.
Let them go back in the community and train athletes there, right? The athletes get to a certain level. If they feel they can't take them any further because maybe facilities or whatever, then you're going to bring them and put them in the care of one of our senior coaches to assist. But when we have a track meet or so, they will still represent their community, right? I want this because when Willicky is coming to town, it's not just the athletes coming, the aunties, uncles, brothers and sisters, mummies and daddies coming as well. You get more people to buy into the sport. You get more people to see and explore and understand what the sport is all about.
But let me ask a question though. What kind of synergy does the Athletic Association have with the school system? How you fit into that?
Okay, so we have at this stage, I think it's quite good, but it can be better. Right? And so we're going to be working again with the school system because that's part of the feeding ground as well.
Right, correct.
We're going to be working with the school system, right, to create a greater synergy between us and them. Because it shouldn't be us and them. It should be just us.
Correct. That's why I asked the question.
So we're going to be working closer with them in order to make sure that, as we say, we go together so we can go far.
Good stuff. We're going to take a break. When I come back, I will ask three questions the audience is shooting to you. So Alan, take the break and we come back.
Our goal is to help her to walk again. Come out and support us at the Pickett's Playing Field on December 29th, 2024 from 2 p.m. to 10 p.m. in aid for my mom, Gwendolyn Joseph Gums, who requires a prosthetic leg. Get your tickets now for $25. There will be family fun games, so bring out your family, bring out your friends, bring out your neighbors. There will be live entertainment by Jokey Dan, Dior, The General, Lyrical Reds, Hell's Gate, Point Iron Band, and much more. Once again, come out and support. Let's have some fun. Let's have fun while supporting a worthy cause. Salute to everybody, and thank you in advance.
Jingle your keys and get in gear with a car loan from ACB. Drive away with a loan that fits you. Get up to 100% financing and 10 years to repay on a new or used car. Plus, get a pre-approved credit card. So rev up and get in gear with the Simply Smarter car loan. Call or visit us or go to acbonline.com for more.
ACB Caribbean. Simply smarter banking.
Okay. I had two questions here from the audience. One question say, why didn't Dr. Benjamin offer these services to the athletes while he was the third vice president for a number of years and being in charge of medical as well as the past president?
Okay, so I can't speak as to why Dr. Benjamin did not offer. I can speak and say that I sat down and discussed it with him and
Right.
told him, if I'm successful, this is what I would love for him to do.
Right.
You know, this is the contribution that I would love for him to make, and he agreed, and I'm holding him to that.
Right.
Right? I can't speak as to his reason why he has never offered it.
Right.
I am seeking a position of leadership,
Right.
and if I'm successful, I have to lead, right? And that means I can't wait for people to offer something, or for people to come to me and suggest that I allow them to do this. I have to reach out
Right.
and find the people to fill the positions that need to be filled, so that we can move,
Right.
in the right direction.
And a follow-up question: are these things a favor to you, of by the doctor, or cause can't athletes and both of you? Sorry, can't be for the athletes and both of you were executive members, and this was never infiltrated. So basically saying that both you are executive prior, and why this never happened before.
Okay.
Basically.
When you are in a democratic organization, right? Many persons, and this, I'm sure, all of us in our homes, at our workplace, wherever we are, there are many times that we would have offered ideas that were not taken on board. It doesn't mean that the idea was not a good idea.
Right.
It means sometimes that the person didn't see it for what it was at the time,
Right.
right? Or they just felt that it was not as good an idea as you thought. I believe in the ideas that I put forward, because I would have stopped and I would have thought about them long and hard. I would have had discussions with persons and get their buy-in, get their feedback, get them to critique what I'm saying. And at the end of it, I would put forward my ideas. If they were not taken on board, I cannot be held accountable for that, because I was not the authority
Right.
that determined whether or not those ideas were taken on board. If I am successful as the president, they will be on board, because then I would be the leader of the organization, and I will push and push to make sure that those things are in place. Because at the end of the day, it is for the benefit of the athletes, and the athletes must be front and center of everything that we do.
I like that analogy in terms of it's all about the athletes, because sometimes as leaders and president, you all think it's about us, and fail to see the bigger picture, which is good. But in terms of you, let's say be successful now, how we coaching career go? How you manage that?
Okay, so at the stage in my life, I do 3 things.
Right.
My family at home,
Right.
my job, and track and field.
Right.
I have no other distractions.
Right.
Right? And organization is what makes things work. If you put things in place, if you get the right people in place, right? Put the people with the requisite skill sets in the places that they can serve best, the work becomes easy. It has nothing to do with whether or not you have enough time. It's managing the time that you have.
Right.
But the president, like I said prior though, he thought he had people in place who could execute the plan that went wrong. The one that I didn't get to take the youngsters to the games, he thought he had people he could trust.
Okay.
So you're saying your people are more trustworthy?
No, it's not a matter of trust. I believe in trust, but I also believe in verifying.
Right.
Right? So I don't leave nothing to chance. I always have a backup. I always have a backup plan. Right? Whatever I do, people will say sometimes I'm overly cautious. Right? Even at work, my boss will tell me, listen, if the place is burning down, you're the man that's sitting down there calm and cool. Because you know what? Running around don't make any difference. No. I'm sitting down and I'm going to be thinking which one of those doors is the best one to go through and why. Right? That is how I operate. Okay? So it's just about organization. It's a skill set that you have, and you need to understand that you have to have backups in place. Okay?
I'm going to find out something. You need Ronald Reagan. One time he had a big meeting with Gorbachev. One time he said, trust but verify. So he trusts you, but you have to see it in front of him with the truth. So you trust but verify. So you trust me, but you have to verify that he can do the job.
I do that all the time. It's something that is instinctive. I can't help it. Sometimes I get in trouble for it. I'm at home. I said to my wife, I said, honey, did you close the back door? She says yes. But some point in time, I'm going to check it to make sure that it is closed. I don't. And then but I told you I closed it already. Oh, you still go and check it. But that is just
You're verified.
Yes, I'm verified. I can't help it.
But tell me something. When in these executive meeting, like these ideas here, when we bring up these ideas there, is not the members to vote on it and then pass it? Is it the president alone will shoot it down? How it works?
No. The ideas are discussed, and you put it to a vote.
Right.
But remember earlier I spoke about where I sense we have some division at times.
Right.
If, for example, let's say we are here sitting down discussing something.
Right.
But yourself and Taddy, and Taddy oppose it first.
Right.
Sometimes it seems as if the other person thinks, you know, let me really think about it before
right.
I make a decision. And sometimes that decision is not made then. It's supposed to be made in the next meeting.
Right.
And then the agenda comes out and it's not on the agenda. And, you know, things like that. So
right.
it gets lost. But I'm not going to say that every time that happens, because there are other ideas that have been put forward, not just by myself, but by
right.
other persons who that would have been voted on and the vote carried.
Right, right.
So there are some things that did go through, right? Again, I also hasten to say that I'm not the only person who have come up with some ideas that were not taken on board.
Right.
And in discussions, we thought that they were good ideas.
Right.
There are other persons who would have done that as well.
Right.
But I'm here and I'm speaking for me.
Right.
The person didn't give me any authority to speak on their behalf. And,
right.
You know, so I'm not going to do that. But I just want to put it out there that other persons would have come up with ideas as well that never saw the light of day. And in some cases, I thought that they were good ideas.
Right,
some
right.
ideas, well, you know, if I think it's not a good idea, I would say so. But some good ideas were other good ideas were missed as well.
I tell you why I'm laughing. Like I told her this man, you know, when in an organization, you can put up all the ideas you have. When it comes to the vote, and have the votes, the idea gone aside, squash. Okay, that's why I don't like organizations. Personally, I don't like them. But hey, even Parish, you tell Parish, I come with good ideas. Close minds don't like it. We put it to the vote. The majority says no. Hey, you go with them because it's their stuff. But I will tell them what you vote them today, you can go on for at least 1 year. But I will make sure it's executed. So if I have to execute it, then you feel aggrieved, too bad for you. Because that's what you vote for. So I understand what you said. You can have all the great ideas. You put it out there, and the majority said no. That's it. So hey, that's what
and that's what democracy is, right? But if you really believe in your ideas, like I say, some of those ideas are 8 and 10 years old, but I've not forgotten them because I believe that they hold, they're part of the key of moving the sport forward, right? And I hope that I will be in the position to, you know, utilize them and show what, not for me, but to assist the athletes in getting to the level that they can get to. We have a lot of talent in Antigua. We have good, dedicated coaches. See, coaches started training at 6 o'clock in the evening. Some coaches use their own transport, right? I don't know. Azzy used to have a van, right? That he used. I don't know.
Baptist.
Yes. I don't know how he get all them in there, but he get plenty of people in there and he carry them wherever. And you know, yes.
Yeah.
And then you have some of us that would go in our own pockets to pay bus fare for people to go home. So, you know, contributions are made all around, right? But I think that we're at the stage now where we need to come together as one unit, be more cohesive, and, you know, start believing more in ourselves, that not because we are 108 square miles, well, if you add Barbuda, right? And we have approximately 100,000 persons or so. That don't mean that we can't be up there on the rostrum with the United States and so on and so forth. We have gotten as far as having 2 athletes in the semifinals of the 100 meters at Rio Olympics. Right? Now, do we know that there are hundreds of thousands of persons who are trying to qualify just to get there? And when you finally made it there, they come down to the last 56. And after that, you eliminated and you come down to the last 24. And out of the last 24, Antigua and Barbuda had 2 persons in there. Right? But we never used it to build on to make people say, well, wow, you know, other countries were saying to us, you know, where is Antigua? How they couldn't believe this. But we didn't come and sell it to our people to make them understand what we were able to achieve. And those things like those would never be pushed on the back burner under my watch. Never.
Tell me something. What stage did Baker Bailey would get? Baker Bailey, what?
Okay, so Daniel Bailey, he came 3rd in the world indoors.
And
then he came 4th in world championships, right? He was in the finals and he came 4th overall. So out of the world's fastest people, he was in that top 5. So he was actually ranked 4th, right? And I don't think enough was said about it or discussed about it to make people understand what it really took for him to get to that level, right? You're talking about people with 10 times the resources that they need, and we don't have 1/10 of the resource that we need, but yet still he was able to come 4th in the final, and we were able to have 2 persons in the semifinals at Rio, right? We had Ayata, who would have broken a Carifta record that stood there for 28 years, right? We had a young guy that broke the Carifta record in the javelin just this year, right? We have the first person to win a medal in the Pan Am Games level, right? For Antigua, Heather Samuel. Some people think it's Lester, but it's not Lester. Lester Bird won a medal at the Pan Am Games, but he was not representing Antigua at the time. So he's the first Antiguan to win a medal at the West Indies, right? So he was the first Antiguan to win a medal, but the first person to win a medal at Pan Am for Antigua was Heather, right? But she don't get no recognition, none whatsoever. To this day, she has not been given an award or anything for nothing.
We hear Demon say you have black tie affair, so you can do when you confess like a black and white affair and your wife.
We had people like Janelle Williams, right? We had people like Carl Casey that was.
Wait. That discussing Carl. You watch it, you know? Well, most certainly watch it.
Yeah, he has watched.
I don't know.
He has watched. He has watched.
But Carl was one of our best junior athletes. But who knows that? Nobody knows, and he's not going to say it, right? He's not going to say it.
Right. I know he won luckiest bowler because he gave me 1 ball.
Right? And then we know of his exploits in football.
Right. I know. But that's my buddy.
Right? And so we had, at one time, we could put Janelle Williams to run on the 20 at Carifta, right? And put other persons to run on the 17, even though she was on the 17, you know, so that we can spread it, so we can win, right? Jamaica, there's a magazine, I have the magazine home now. When Jamaica, they wrote an article about Usain Bolt, they wrote an article about Antigua's junior middle distance program. They learned from us. They copied what we did, and now they have much better middle distance runners than we have. Where did we go wrong? Right?
Well, as you say rightly, you can't go back and pass, but when you say call her name Johnny, when you hit up a nail in my heart, because that time that she was speaking the same way Amber was speaking his cricket career, and that little girl there, I honestly thought she was going to be our first Olympic medal. And somewhere down the line, mismanagement and stuff like that, so I hope something is in place now to manage at least properly and stuff. Because if that young lady was managed properly, she would bring on better for Antigua.
That is why came up with the motto.
Yeah, cause
If we want to go far,
after I think behind the name, it hurt me to the
if
core.
we want to go far, we will
Right.
go together. But it
Right.
wasn't just Johnny and us,
Uh-huh.
because you had Stacy Kwashi, Celisa Malone, you had Narissa Pell.
Right.
We had a group of young ladies that, I mean, was really, really talented out
Right.
there. We have had situations where, in the past, we have missed several windows, right? Where we had a crop of young athletes that showed so much promise, but they didn't get the support and the guidance that they need. They fall off. It happened again. They don't get the support and the
Right.
guidance. They fall off. It happened again and it happened again and
Right.
again and again.
So if you're president, that won't happen again on your watch.
No, that is why.
I see you have it in paper, black
Exactly.
and white. But I'm telling you, you tell me, you tell the
No,
public.
it won't happen,
Right.
because I am going to find the right people
Right,
to assist, even people who are not members of the association.
Right.
But you just want to assist for the sake of Antigua and Barbuda.
Right.
If I have to reach out to you, I'm going to come to you.
right,
I don't know
Hey,
everything.
it's already man.
I don't know everything.
right,
Right?
right,
I know how to lead,
right,
and I know how to assess situations.
Right.
And I know how to determine the resources that you need.
Right.
So I will go and get those resources.
right,
Right? If I need a sports psychologist, I'm not a sports psychologist. I'm not going to pretend and go and talk to people.
Right.
I'm going to go and find somebody
Good stuff.
and let them know that if you're here, you're in Antigua. We're asking, don't let us sit by and talk all the derogatory things about our young people, that they can't do this and they can't do that. Let us put our monies and our time where our mouth is and assist them, guide them in the right direction, and get them to the level that their talent suggests that they can get.
right. And that's also, and I lead right into my next question. In terms of your what kind of support staff for your presidency, you can just name some members that is behind you.
Well, some of the members don't want to be named at this point.
Okay, fair enough.
But it's not just members that want to support.
Why I ask that question? Because somebody typed in some names here for me, so I don't know if the names there. I don't know if I approach the call names. I ask you, may one answer me say yes or no to the names. If I can call names and you say yesterday, I don't want to answer to those names I type in here.
No,
You leave it alone for now.
Leave it alone for now.
Okay.
Right? Now, you have a situation where sometimes people think only the person who vote for you or who support you, right, you should deal with.
Right.
To me, that is not the best thing.
Right.
Because if I know that you have the skill sets to assist, I'm going to reach out to you.
Right.
Right? Because as I said before, we need to go as one unit. We need to go as a cohesive unit.
Right.
All of us must go together if we want to reach far.
Right.
I can get up tomorrow and say, okay, let's do X, Y, Z, and we do it quickly.
Right.
But I don't go any further than that. That's not my vision. The vision is for myself and the people who are supporting me at this point is for us to reach as far as our talent and the education of our coaches allow us to get. And that is very, very far if we put the right things in place. And in terms of support, it is not just person from an administrative point of view that have reached out and are willing to support. There are people who are willing to support in other areas, like assisting us with a finish line system, right? Assisting us with javelin so that the people them can train properly, right? With the correct javelin so that we can prepare for Carifta. So we have a set of javelins that's going to come, so they're already paid for, right? They're being shipped. As soon as we get them here, we will distribute them to the athletes so that they can.
Somebody will ask a question. Yeah, but we're going to 12, so 10 minutes. Hello, good day.
Good day. Am I on?
Yes, you are. We can hear you.
Okay, great. I'd like to clarify two things here, Mr. Daly. Well, I'll ask a question. Clarify something and ask a question. It is running. I'm not clear as to whether or not he's running for the presidency with a slate of candidates. In other words, he has other people supporting him and who are going to put themselves up for, I don't know, the other post, vice president, secretary, financial secretary, if Mr. Daly wins the presidency. Is that the case, that he has a slate, he's going in with a slate, or he's just going in
Well,
and
he-
whoever wants to support him, support him?
He will answer that question, not me.
Okay, yes and no. I'm going in with some persons who I will support, and I will recommend to people who are willing to vote for me to support them. But it's not like a complete slate per se, because I am not one who thinks that you should always go into elections with a slate. When there are other persons within the organization, I have nothing against anybody. It's not us against them situation. It's just us. And at the end of the day, I am expecting, and I'm going to reach out to everybody. There will be a role for everybody in the organization to play if we're going to move the sport in the direction that we want to move it.
Okay, fair enough, fair enough. I'm hearing Mr. Daly, but Bailey. My next question to him, Johan Blake was recently, or he might still be in Antigua, and has expressed his intention to start a program here or do something to help athletics in Antigua. Has Mr. Daly been in conversation, contact, discussion with Johan Blake on such issues?
Well, actually, I had a discussion with Johan prior to him going on the radio, so I would have spoken to him before that. And even though it's in its infancy, yes, we will be in contact, and we will be developing some of the ideas that he have, and anything that is going to happen or can happen to move track and field in Antigua and Barbuda to the levels that we want to get it to, I welcome, whether it's Johan Blake or Usain Bolt or whoever. In fact, we have a number of coaches that have reached out and are willing to come to Antigua to do camps and so on. These are some of the coaches that we're in contact with, right? As we speak, there are at least 2 schools that we collaborate with. In fact, I have designed workout for 2 of these schools, right?
2 schools in Jamaica?
No, in the US.
Oh, in the US, okay.
Yes.
Okay,
Right.
good stuff. Okay, Mr. Daly, kudos to you. I'm going to hang up now, but I like what I'm hearing from you, and I wish you all the best.
Thank you very much.
I just want to ask a question. I know we're focused on administration and stuff. I want to focus on Yasco a bit now, because I know for some time now, the bathroom facilities and the stands and stuff, those have been hearing them over and over and over, year in, year out, and nothing have happened. All kind of promises made but never kept. You know, that's some part
Yes.
of the slogan, they say promise made, promise kept.
Yes,
Take your time.
For Yasco, I believe where we've gone wrong is, we're not a rich country, and sometimes you have to prioritize things. Yasco might not be a priority. Again, why is it not a priority?
Right.
Maybe we are not selling, we're not doing a good enough job of selling our ideas. We have thousands of young people who would utilize Yasco,
Correct.
right? That to me should make it a priority, right? However, in terms of the stands, we're not going to look at getting all the stands at one time. We're looking at designing the stands so we can put it in sections, and when it comes together, you will see that the aesthetics will be pleasing because it would have been designed that way, right? So we are going to be reaching out. We're going to look at sections that can hold 500 people.
Right.
Look and see the cost of the stand, the material itself, the cost of constructing it, right? And when we have that information, we're going to reach out to everybody, including the corporate Antigua and the citizens, and the citizens to assist us. So you will know that, hey, it's going to cost $20,000 to put in this section. So we're asking you to give us $100. For the $100, maybe we allow you to come to the event that we have there for the year.
Right.
You know, as a give back, right? Maybe we ask a corporate company so they can put the sign at the top of the stand to say, well, this section is the ACB section or whatever.
Premier beverage.
Right?
We are next call.
Right.
The call she's start opening up now, so next call for you.
Okay,
again.
anything along that line until we get the stand, the changing room, the bathroom, and so on.
We are next call. Hello, good morning.
Good
Can't hear.
Tell the audience that person can hear. Hey, good morning.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, man, it's much better now. Loud and clear.
Morning. Mr. Bailey, how you good?
Good morning. I'm good.
You know, I have to some bumper to you every now and then.
It's okay. I have one of the best cricket coaches right here, so I'm sure he can help me navigate it. Go ahead, bowl.
So I have a question for you. I have some questions for you. You know, me myself being a voter in this upcoming election.
Yes.
I've been around athletics since I was 10 years old. I grew up around you, Dr. Benjamin, Mr. Jones, Cornelius. You know, these were the familiar faces that I saw around athletics from a very young age. Yet still me, myself, and a few other athletes, namely, who have been in the sport for years. You know, we had a conversation just a few days ago, and we were saying, you know, athletics is still in the same position that it has been since we were at a young age. So my question to you is, in a previous interview, I know you said you aligned yourself with Dr. Benjamin and Mr. Jones. And you said you don't want to make the same mistake others have made. Yet still, you know, that alignment with the two of them, one being a former president, one being a former vice president, Dr. Benjamin most recently a third vice president, yet still, all these persons have been there before and athletics is still in the same position that it's in. How can we trust that this unity is beneficial to the sport based on all of you have been there in the past? Don't you think fresh blood administratively is needed to move the sport forward?
Okay, so let me say this. They have never been under my leadership. I lead, okay? And my plans and programs will be implemented if it is Dr. Benjamin that can assist, Mr. Jones can assist, you, Keswin, who can assist, or anybody. And those who don't come on board to push the program forward, put the athletes front and center of what we do, we will get somebody else to assist us to do it. Okay, so it has nothing to do with the individual, it's how the individuals are being utilized. Okay, I lead, I don't follow.
I like that.
It's ironic that you say so, you know, and I know you mean well for the sport, Mr. Bailey, and I hear everything you're saying. I know we all mean well for the sport, but I mean, in hindsight with what I just said in relation to, you said you weren't being in the leadership position. Being an executive member in the past, and well, in the past, as you since resigned. Myself being an executive member and seeing how the executive function with ideas. I know you brought some good ideas to the fore. Many of which you brought now that I've not heard before. But you and I know that, you know, in the dealings of the association, we can suggest ideas. Some doesn't even have to be voted upon. Sometimes the president will think, if these are the things that I think would work, you know, go forward with it. And some might say that these ideas and stuff that is all well for the sport may seem a bit, you know, grand just to win the presidency. What would you say to that?
Okay, so as you know, in a democracy, people have different opinions, right? But I believe if you bring good ideas to the table, it is up to you, if you're in a leadership position, right, to sell your ideas to the rest of your organization. Some people, the sell is more difficult. For example, you yourself, Keswin, have said to me after some meetings that you have a lot of good ideas. You have complimented me on some of the ideas that I've brought to the table, right? And you know, a lot of them never saw the light of day, right? And that is because if the leadership don't buy into your ideas, the leadership that have the authority to push the ideas, it may not happen. In this case, right, I will be in the leadership position, so the ideas will be pushed, right? And some of the ideas that people like you yourself had that we have sat down and discussed, right? When you talk about the fresh blood part of it, fresh blood can be in different forms. It doesn't have to be the individual, but it can be the thoughts and the ideas that the individual bring to the table, right? And if there's one thing that I can do, I can listen, right? And I can assess situations. And if you or anybody else bring an idea on board that is going to move the sport forward, it will be taken on board. And I will do my utmost to make sure that it is implemented if I am convinced that it is in the best interest of the sport. It doesn't matter where the idea comes from or who brings the idea to the table. Because it's not about me, you, or anybody else. It's about the athletes. It's about Antigua and Barbuda and where we can reach as a nation, right? And in order for us to reach there as a nation, we have to get it done working in a cohesive way. We have to get it done by working together. The entire organization. The chain is as strong as the weakest link, and we can't leave anybody behind, because if we do this, the chain will break and we won't go where we want to get to. So that is the kind of person that I am. Ask anybody who work with me. If I bring somebody on board and they're not pulling their weight, I don't just say, well, hey, you know what, get rid of them. If I see something in them, I will train them, right? I leave my home and go to work on a Saturday to train people to get them to the levels so that they can be productive, right? And it's the same thing we will do in the organization. We will utilize all the courses from World Athletics, NACAC, Olympic Solidarity, UWI, and we will have our own training programs within our organizations to bring our people up to speed so that they can be the best that they can be, so that when when tasks are delegated to them, they can go and do it effectively.
Fair enough. My last question to you before I take up a lot of time, because I come here.
Good.
I don't want to take up.
Good.
You said in your last assessment that it's about the athletes, right? And quite ironic that the same person that you've aligned yourself with, I've been the meet director for nationals for the last 2 years. And those same persons, I would have asked them to assist me with the meet because it's the benefit of the athletes. And playing out, they said to me, then do nothing wrong there. Then help because who the president is. You're not helping the president, you're helping the athletes. So I want to know that is it that you can only do something as an individual when certain persons are at the helm? How can I, as a voter, because I'm a voter, that this alignment will be beneficial based on the past, because they've shown their colors, and I know you know that. How can I trust that alignment will be beneficial? Just last year, not even last year, 4 months ago, I've asked one of them, can you use the technical aspect and expertise to be the head in this particular department for nationals? And tell me plain out no. And I said to them, it's the benefit of the athletes.
Okay, so let me say this.
No, so my thing is, how would you get those persons to commit and not repeat the same thing that they would have repeated to me?
Okay, because I am a leader. I know how to bring people together. This is what I have done forever. At school, and I see one of my schoolmates come in here and sit down. At school, right, I will take the step. Sometimes teachers will call me and ask me to organize something that they're not able to organize and bring people together. I don't know where I get it from. Maybe it's just a God-given gift, but I know how to bring people together. And you keep using the word align. I wouldn't use that term. Those persons are supporting me because they know some of what I am saying. They know I know how to bring people together. They know I put the athletes front and center, and they want to be part of the progress that they know will be made, right? And I want them, yourself, and every member of the organization to be part of this forward movement, right? No one will be left behind. The way that I'm going to bring them together, because I'm going to make them feel appreciated. I'm going to put them to do things that their skill sets suggest that they're best at doing. The same thing I will do with everybody else, right? I am confident that I can bring this unit together in a cohesive way.
Fair enough. My last point, and I hold you to that last word you said, no one will be left behind.
That's the last point you have.
Yes,
You know.
hold me. Anything that I'm saying, hold me to it.
Within the association.
Yeah, coach. Your last point, coach.
We really need to get away from the mediocrity that has been going on from way before I was born. That every time elections come around, the same persons that are within the vicinity, the sporting fraternity, always comes with these ideas. Always comes to vote in this, vote out that. And when the election is done, one of our biggest issues, we have development needs of fiasco. We need 5 persons to assist, 10 persons to assist. We can't see none of them. So I hold you to your word, and I will hope that this will be a thing of the past.
We're definitely moving forward, Keswin. You and I have talked. You know what I stand for. I know what you want to see done. You know one of the things that I admire about you, because you think big. You're like me. I don't believe that because we're a small country, we can't get to certain places. And when I discuss these things with you, you are very ambitious. You believe in yourself, and you believe we can get to the kind of levels that
Jamaica.
we're suggesting that we can get to. And so definitely, as I said before, we have to work together as one cohesive unit. If we do this, we will get the job done.
Fair enough. This is your campaign to me right now.
All right, man.
So, question, make sure you go on the man team, right? Because the man say he got honor your word.
We'll see how that goes.
All right, buddy.
All right.
But I'm happy that question asked that question. Like I was going to ask that question because I heard it before. Demon said too. You have if I'm executive, and then one time put in the hard work, you have about 50 people, and only 5 shop or 2 shop.
But the Constitution.
Talking about tell the
Okay,
world.
so the Constitution speaks of committees, right? There are also areas where you can put bylaws in place, right? Your hands are not tied from drafting people into the organization to get things done. The work will get done. If you have the willingness to get it done, it will get. Yes, if you have the willingness to get it done, it will get done. And the executive will buy in. Those who don't believe now, when they see it, they will buy in because they want good for the sport too, It's just that people look in different directions, have different ideas as to how we can move, right? But they will buy in when they see that we're on the right road.
Them boys type of come off this. Them man say type of come off the set. So just your closing remarks as you go.
Again, I just want to appeal to every member of the Antigua Barbuda Athletic Association that I am a candidate for the position of president of the organization. You would have heard my discussion. You would have seen my brochure that I put out with the plans, programs, and ideas that I have. And I just want you to join with me so that together we can move this thing forward. We need to create a new era in sports in Antigua and Barbuda. Let track and field lead the way and let the others catch up, right? When the election is called, I am asking for your vote, for your support, and you will not regret it because we will move the sport in the direction that all of us would love to see it move.
Tell me some. When is the election?
Okay, so there is going to be a meeting shortly where the financials are presented. And after that, well, during that meeting, the date will be set, but the election is going to be fairly soon. If it is not by the end of this year, it will be first by January.
So before that, I can come back to the set. We can give you some more time because we're going to have a lot of time today. We're going over half an hour. I
don't know about coming back this time you're talking about, but what I want to say, all the best in your venture, sir.
Thank you.
All right? Have a good